Hi everyone, welcome back to Total War Therapy. I'm Alberto. I just came back from work in a hurry because today they announced new info about the upcoming DLC Bhashiva and the Tiger Warriors. So don't forget to subscribe if you wanna support. I'm dying today. I will never eat again peanuts before starting a video. In any case, don't forget to subscribe if you wanna support my channel, and let's begin. Hi, I'm Alberto, I'm a real person, and here you will find the beginner's guide, the battle unit roster, tier list, ranking, and many shorts. So if you wanna support the channel, please consider to subscribe. Okay, from this campaign footage, we can assume that Bhashiva will start in the Mountains of Morn, a very interesting area full of amazing maps that are underused in my opinion, and this land is right now dominated only by Grisus and Grimgor, and especially for Grisus it's a very safe area. With no worthy opponents in the nearby, you need to go outside if you want to find any challenge, so I hope that Grisus will be in bad relations with Bhashiva, so they can have a worthy enemy, both of them. And I have a problem also with the fact that this starting location is very close to the one of Xiaoming. That it's true that this campaign will feel different, but at the same time they are just one province afar, and I'm sad that it's that crowded, even because, we need to get the Monkey King and at least another siblings from the dragon, so we will have too many factions, Grand Cathay factions starting in Grand Cathay, and yes, I would have liked something different, but expanding in this labyrinth, it's probably a lot of fun, so I will enjoy the experience. And then they mentioned this Iron Favor that is linked to the faction of Xiaoming, the Iron Dragon, and it implies probably a relation between these two factions. That will be allies or maybe just in peace, and in any case, yes, you have to get this resource. We're gonna see in another moment how, but yes. Here we can have a look at the first unit card from the units of this DLC, the Tiger Warriors Stalkers, that will be the more stealthy unit for this little roster. They have the stalk, the fire whilst moving, they are dodgy, so they have not a missile resistance, but they will be harder to get by missile attacks, and they have these special ranged weapons with just a couple of ammunition, so for me it's more a precursor weapon that they will use before engaging in melee combat. In any case, it's interesting and it opens your battle strategies to some more, ambush or surprise effect tactics. And also we can see the unit card of the Iron Claw Tiger Warriors. That will be the more heavy, I expect unit for this DLC. They have very good stats with a lot of melee defense, but also a nice speed that combined with all the anti-large attributes, including the charge reflection and charge defense, it makes this unit a strong, anti-large melee infantry that, is a little redundant, even because we have many anti-large infantries with Grand Cathay, but hey, at least you will use it in a more offensive way. Then we got the unit card of the Close Speaker with access to the lore of life, and if I remember correctly, the other two were Shadows, maybe, and Beast, and yes, as you can see, the melee stats are a little better than the average spellcaster, so it means you can probably, I would not suggest to use him in melee, but he can survive, and yes. And we got also the unit card of the Tiger Warrior Sawai, that is the generic lord that will be available with this DLC. He's an anti-large melee specialist, so since you're also fast, your job will be probably to hunt down cavalry mounted characters or monsters And here we can have a look at another mechanics for this faction, that is the armies of Shang that is split into two sections. One of them is the Zhao Ming goals, that is the the contract mechanics that we already have in other factions. You can accept missions, for example, capture and occupy a settlement or eliminate a character, not that different, and you can get apparently some units and some money and items and iron favor. And this is the other section with all the Grand Cathay units, that the original units that you can get with this faction, that I mean, they are not at the fullest, even because there are some units missing, for example the Jet Lion, the Jade Lion, or the Fire Rocket battery, I mean that kind of artillery, the Flying Longma Riders, and yes, so it's not the full unit roster that will be available for you, and not even the Celestial Guard, I was about to say. But yes, it's great because you can focus more on the Tiger Warriors units. You can specialize with that, and I mean just use the rest of the Grand Cathay units as a bonus, as an extra to to help your army in if you want to make an army more with more artillery, with more monsters. But yes, at this point I would have like more Tigermen units, but we're gonna address this subject in another video. And you can get some bonuses to give to your Grand Cathay units. Here we have some examples that it's like the scrap mechanics of the green skins, or at least this is the only that I can think of now. That I like it, but I'm sad that there are only few options, just 3, as you can see from the previous screen. But yes, you can decide to specialize your units in being more defensive or more offensive, and so on. Then there will be the Ivory road that will work in the same way apparently, but instead of the Lord Magistrate you will have these Sawai mercenaries that, I mean, they fit better, of course, the faction, but overall I don't think it will change that much. And the last mechanics is the Tiger Court, that is similar to other mechanics that we have already got. You can basically boost your Tiger Warriors and also grant some bonuses to your campaign settings and stuff like that. You can decide between these 3 pillars, and each of them will follow a different path, and at the end it will give you access to some special bonuses that you can give to your armies, or I mean in general it's something nice, quite clean, nothing that makes you overpowered like for many other factions, so we can say overall it's great. And here we have the unit card of Bhashiva, the White Tiger, the legendary lord that will lead this faction. We probably have already seen the unit card, but I mean, I wanted to mention again anyway. You are an anti-infantry melee specialist with some stealthy attributes like the Stalk and yes, the Stalk basically, and also the teleport mechanics, I mean the teleport ability that we will address in the last section. And yes, I mean you have flaming attacks, magical attacks, not that much armor, but I still expect her to be quite resilient if surrounded, and yes, with a lot of charge, a good speed, and yeah, that's it. And yes, in this final shot that it's quite amazing, you can see the teleport mechanics ability. Again, I did the same mistake twice. I made the same mistake twice. Sorry, I'm very tired today. In any case, yes, this is the teleport ability that I mean will allow you to teleport across the battlefield. That it's great. I hope you had fun with me, and see you very soon.